Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Attention, attention, very ugly women.
I'm
That's
out.
all I'm going to say, Nick. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm out. Where is it illegal to get drunk in a bar? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And this week we scour the internet to find out these totally useless facts just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag segment. A listener wants to know why we associate a light bulb turning on when we have an idea. Great idea, I think. And in the news, they twerked their way to the jail cell.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
All rise! Totally Useless Information Court is now in session.
This is Totally Useless Law Information with Nick and Roy. Objection. Overruled.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. That was a production of Nerd. Nick, Elaine, Roy, and Deb. Yeah. There you go. Thanks for joining us week after week. We're at 90-plus countries. We're really grateful for all of that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us yet for another week of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Yes, yes. Now, Nick, can I get right to my T's?
Get right into it.
Because this is an alert. Very ugly women. Again, I don't say this lightly.
No, you say or heavily.
There is a law on the books.
Yeah.
In Morrisville, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That says, in the town of Morrisville, it is illegal for women to wear cosmetics without having a permit.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Morrisville, Pennsylvania. No cosmetics. You can be arrested as a woman for wearing cosmetics without a permit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So again, the male population of Morrisville, Pennsylvania, 0.
Now, if you want to wear makeup as a male, that's totally up to you. We won't judge.
You know, Nick, I mean, I think makeup is a ruse. Not a rouge.
Rouge, I was going to say a rouge. Yeah.
A ruse. I think it's a ruse, and simply because I think women are faking men out.
What? How?
Because they put on this makeup, right?
Mm-hmm.
They make themselves look good. They do their hair, their makeup, and Botox, and all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then they hook us, right?
Right.
They pull us in like a fish.
Yes.
And then we see them in the morning.
Yes.
Boom.
And you know what? And they're still beautiful. My wife does not
And
wear...
then reality runs up your spine.
Listen, Mr. Reality. My wife does not wear any makeup. She doesn't wear any makeup at all, and that's fine by me. She looks absolutely beautiful.
That's why you married her, because she's not a faker.
That's right.
I think my wife, honestly, my wife is beautiful without makeup as well.
Oh, yeah.
I tell her that all the time.
Yeah.
She has a beautiful, beautiful face.
Yeah. So if you live in France,
Yes.
we think
We
think that down the hall, make a left. We think that naming a pig Napoleon is forbidden. Now,
What?
Except it's not. It is not illegal to name a pig Napoleon in France. And you're asking, like, Nick, why are you bringing this up if it's not illegal?
Because people say it. They say it.
Yeah.
It's a fake
It's a
fact?
It's a persistent urban legend, right? It's never been an urban legend. It's a persistent one, so it never goes
This
away.
is why people need us, Nick.
That's right. Exactly.
We cut through the BS, so to speak.
Well, let me tell you, the rumor
Bomb
likely.
shite.
Yes. If you can translate that for the rest of the audience, the rumor likely started from the fact that the French edition of George Orwell's Animal Farm changed the name of the pig Napoleon to Caesar in the first French edition. And so from there,
He
they
didn't
said,
care about the Italians, did he?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's total disrespect. I want you
It
to know
is.
we're going to do something about it,
That's
too,
right.
with this Orwell guy.
This guy, Orwell, nothing or other.
This guy, he's
Listen.
going to have problems, Nick. In Kalispell, Montana,
Yes.
Kalispell with a P.
Okay.
Kalispell, Montana.
Yes.
It is illegal for children to buy, get ready, they cannot walk into a store, and I understand why,
Okay.
but they cannot buy lollipops without a doctor's note.
A doctor's note? Why?
They need a doctor's note in Kalispell, Montana, to buy lollipops. Now, I would assume this is a very old law, and you went to buy your candy from the drugstore, and so they probably wanted to stop kids from eating lollipops all the time and maybe making a mess. So they came up with this cockamamie law. But now you can buy marijuana in Kalispell, Montana.
Yes. Yes.
But you can't buy a lollipop.
No. Unless,
You know,
yes.
there's not a lot of sucking going on in Kalispell, Montana, you know?
No.
Or licking, for that matter.
That's right. Now, it all depends on your preference.
Are we doing sex now?
Not yet, but apparently we started. It's almost like this is like the foreplay to the sex topic on the show later.
It's the law.
It's the law. In Michigan, it is illegal to tie a crocodile to a fire hydrant.
You never want to do that.
No. Now, Roy, you live down in Florida, and we talked years ago on our show about the difference between a crocodile and an alligator. Remind the audience.
Difference between a crocodile and an alligator is size.
Okay. So regardless of the size, do not tie a crocodile if you're in Michigan. Here's why.
Wait, there are no crocodiles in Michigan.
Now, so they love to live near water, and fire hydrants are everywhere in the city. However, they're not there for wild animals for them to use as water bottles. So no, you can't, because it might hinder the firemen to put out a fire or something. So do not.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I'm not putting that hose on that thing. There's a crocodile tied to it. Listen, by the way, Florida is not. We do not have crocodiles normally here in Florida, but we have found some.
Oh.
So crocodiles are actually breeding now in Florida, along with Burmese pythons that people had let go. Is a big problem down here.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah.
You wouldn't want to tie one of those on either.
No, not at all.
I was at a public pool yesterday, and they had a scare for Burmese python, but it ended up that it wasn't a scare at all, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was just a croc. It was just a croc. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, wearing his Crocs.
I have finally solved the age-old problem, Nick.
Yes.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
It took you long enough. Why?
And this is a problem. Why did the chicken cross the road? Nobody knows the answer.
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Except
yeah.
For,
Well,
now you do. This should have been my teaser.
No. I know why. To get to the other side, right?
No. Because in Quitman, Georgia,
yes,
it's illegal for a chicken to cross the road. So I know now that the chicken did it to be a wise guy. He was skirting the law, Nick.
Is that
in
why?
Quitman, Georgia, it is illegal for a chicken to cross the road. Now, good luck teaching these chickens the law. Good cluck.
Yeah, good cluck with you. Yes. Is that why they call that game chicken when you try to run across the street without getting hit by a car?
Maybe you were in Quitman. Yeah,
there you go.
Quitman, Georgia, another one of those towns where they're probably not wearing makeup.
No. The chickens?
Hey, Clem, there's a chicken crossing the road. Better call the sheriff.
Clem. Okay, here's my teaser, and I know those of you are wondering, what the heck is Nick talking about? Well, I'll let you know when that starts. In Alaska, it is illegal to be drunk in a bar. Okay? So, per state laws, a person who's already drunk may not knowingly enter a bar to drink.
Ooh.
Or remain in the bar that got them drunk.
Premeditated, Nick.
Right, PMD.
Or would you say premedicated?
Premedicated, yes. And this is how much they had to drink. They may not knowingly know that they're still in the bar they got drunk in the first place.
This is very confusing if you're not knowing something.
That's right.
Doesn't that mean you're allowed to do it?
So unknowingly. Right. So
Again, that's not premeditated.
no, it's not. It's confusing, but you know what? Sadly, police actually are enforcing this.
Oh my God! The
Yeah.
cop walks in. He's like, "Listen, I have no clue."
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
so have a drink, officer, and join the crowd.
And he's sitting in the corner.
Where's Clem and that chicken when we need him?
And he's sitting there and he's like, you know where the bathroom is? You're like, you know what? You're sitting in it right now. There you go.
But if he was in the bathroom, does that constitute being in a bar?
Well,
If the
yeah.
bar was if the bathroom was in a bar,
Right. But so so he have to go through the bar drunk.
if he was on a porch outside of the
Okay.
bar.
All right. All right. You know,
There's a lot of stipulations here that we need to get to the bottom of, Nick.
Okay,
This
we'll do
law
it.
has more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
that's right. But don't go to Alaska drunk. That's the idea.
I say you're out of order. The whole damn court is out.
I don't know. I live up here in Toronto, Canada, and apparently, according to some laws, removing a bandage in public is illegal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that true?
In
Well,
some-
that makes sense.
in
You
some-
wouldn't want to have an infected thing around. right?
Exactly. So in
And then what do you do with the bandage, Nick, if you take it off?
Well, that's just it. You need to find a safe place to dispose of it. So in some Canadian provinces, removing a bandage in public can lead to a fine. This is due to, as you alluded to, like local hygiene regulations that aim to prevent the spread of infection and maintain public cleanliness. Now, it's rarely enforced, but it is generally advised to refrain from removing any bandages in public spaces.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. That's why Canadians have a problem finding their mummies. Can't remove the bandages, Nick.
Nope, can't do
Got
the
it?
bandages. Yep. I wonder.
Bump.
I wonder if she was wearing makeup.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, we had that on the show.
We did.
If you remember, the Egyptians created makeup.
I'm going to. I haven't told you this before, but you know, we sometimes we'll present a fact. I know you have one more to go, but we present a fact
Do?
and then don't you have any more? Or was that my last one? No. Okay. Sure. I'm glad someone's keeping
I
track.
went first, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Okay, so we're fine.
Oh, you
Three.
have one more. Get with the program.
Whichever program it is.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Okay, so I haven't told you this yet, Roy, because I thought of this. So sometimes we come up with a fact, and then I'll add to that fact because we find something else different. So like different facets to that fact. So I think in the future we'll create some sort of feature on the show we call it Down the Rabbit Hole. Because you know when you're on YouTube or something, you watch something, next you know you're going down the rabbit hole. And so first we'll define what rabbit hole is, and then we'll come up with some facts. So you start with one, and I'll add to it, and so on until we get down the rabbit hole, I think.
You could have waited for sex to talk about the
Rabbit hole. Okay. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. As we said, we're in over 90 countries. And you know what they're doing? More and more countries are listening to us and also ordering the birthday and anniversary messages. They're going to nickandroy.com, clicking on the Nick and Roy store, and ordering birthday and anniversary messages.
And we're not only educating one country at a time.
Right.
These birthday messages they're so popular. We're doing them for places in England, Australia.
Yep.
It's so cool. Go to nickandroy.com, type onto the Nick and Roy store. Just click on it. It's right at the top. And you'll see birthday messages. You can actually hear a sample. Nick and I painstakingly do a personal show. We're going to do 5 of them today.
Fun. It's fun. Painstaking.
We
It's
do a
fun.
personal show with useless facts about the day that you were born or your anniversary. We make it so fun. It is great. It is the best gift you will ever buy for somebody. And especially, I know people say, oh, that person has everything. Well, they don't have this. You will freak. It's great. And it's inexpensive.
You know, last week or the week before, we in one of the mailbag messages, I talked about how one of the birthday recipients sent us an email saying thank you, and she had all kinds of exclamation points. So her husband, who ordered the birthday message, sends me an email saying, hey, by the way, my wife just heard the fact that she thanked you guys. I didn't know that she emailed you guys. So if we're causing any marital problems, we apologize. But no.
Yeah,
but
and she's been emailing us since. I
That's
just
right,
want that
ever
gentleman
since.
to know.
He really appreciated that message. And again, this is Bruce out in the West Coast. As you're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Sports. Play ball.
You had me in stitches. A regulation Major League Baseball, Roy's favorite sport. On a scale, okay, give us... Now, a baseball has those iconic stitches around it, okay? How many stitches do you think are in a regulation Major League Baseball?
I'm going to say 750.
No, nowhere close to that. It's way less than that.
Okay.
108.
Oh, I just threw a number out there
Wait,
thinking I might be really
well, you
smart.
might as well throw it out because you're way off.
I thought you meant 6 balls, Nick.
No.
108 regulation stitches.
Double stitches, which equates to 216 individual stitches. So it's first there's a leather covering, then there's layers of yarn, tightly wound like us. Tightly wound layers of yarn provide resilience and help the ball retain its shape, unlike us, even under intense play. And finally, the stitching pattern, the precise stitching pattern ensures aerodynamic properties. Now, if you ever watch a baseball game, I know Roy hasn't, so I'll educate you. Whenever a pitcher throws a ball into the dirt, they immediately throw that ball out because the ball is basically now impacted by the dirt that's on the ball, and it will affect and impact the aerodynamics of it, and they throw it out of
the
play.
pitchers use the stitches to throw the certain pitches that they put
They
their
do. They
thumb
grip
on
on
the stitch or the finger. I've played tennis pretty much my entire life, played in school.
Yes.
So I know a bit about tennis, actually taught tennis to kids.
You did? Oh, cool.
Yeah, to get into a country club, Westchester Tennis Club.
Wow.
In order to get a free membership it was very expensive back then and exclusive.
Yeah.
I taught children like a day camp type setting. You know, you teach like 10 children at a time, and I got free membership to play at the club, which was cool.
That's pretty cool. Who was the supervisor there? Annette?
It was some racket.
It sure was. Anyway, so did you have yellow balls when you taught tennis up in
Well, I had a ball there,
There
so
you
to
did.
speak.
Okay.
But anyway.
So what's going on?
I did not know this. If you're wearing a hat, which a lot of players do, if your hat falls off during a match, during play, the opponent can call a hindrance penalty, and the shot, whether he lost it or not, is a do-over.
Really?
So, of course, if he wins the point, he's not going to call it, but he has a right to call a hindrance penalty and do the point over if he lost the point, even if it didn't really affect him. That's cool. I did not know that.
So hold on to your hat is basically the moral of that story.
Yeah, so my hat's off to the tennis association.
No, because I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to file a hindrance then if you take your hat off on this show. Okay. Some people
and I'm going to take you to the courthouse steps.
Yeah,
okay?
you go. Some people think of our show
along
as,
with George Orwell.
Yeah. What a pig. Some people consider our show a hindrance, but that's your problem. Many, many years ago, when the game of hockey was invented on frozen ponds up here in Canada, it was believed that frozen cow dung was used as a puck. Okay, so because a lot of cows in the fields, and so they would obviously produce some dung, and there was some belief at some point that it was the very first puck was a frozen cow dung. Although it was used in some early informal games, the first pucks were likely wooden blocks or other readily available materials like frozen.
This is now Nick just brought up before about facts that we do.
Yeah.
This fact that Nick is talking about.
Yeah.
I actually was going to do it.
Really?
And I didn't.
Okay.
And I brought it up to my wife, and I said to her, "Did you know that the first hockey puck was frozen cow dung?"
And what was her reaction? Get out?
He was like, "That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one." Then I told her some other ones, and she was like, "No, do those. Let Nick do that really bad one."
Right. So you see, Roy and I mentioned our wives early on in the show on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, and we mentioned that we married and we hired Italian women. Oh boy,
you could say that.
Yeah. Now
that was in the beginning. Then we married them, and we didn't have to pay. We didn't have to pay anymore.
So our wives help us with some of the facts. Or something. As a matter of fact, sometimes my wife helps out. Says, "Hey, I saw this on whatever article," and so she'll bring up some stuff. And your wife does as well. So we do have our research staff, which is basically our wives, and we thank them. So anyway,
like they'd actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. But the first pucks will actually lose some blocks, and eventually they were replaced by vulcanized rubber pucks.
Yeah, when I read that, I was like, "That is wild," but
Yeah.
it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
you're out in the field; it's frozen. You
Yeah.
know,
What else you can do
what
with
the
it?
hell's the cow doing walking around on a frozen lake? But whatever.
Well, he was given ice cream.
Stupid cows.
No, he was giving out ice cream.
Okay, during the 1900 to 1920 Olympic Games,
Yeah.
during those years, those 20 years,
Yes.
the Roaring 20s, the tug of war was reintroduced to the Olympics, team tug of war,
Okay.
which I think is great. They should still have it, but it was in the original Olympiad Games in Greece. The original games all had team tug of war and single tug of war.
Okay.
But if you remember, when we discussed it, they had one rule, and that was the men had to be naked
Yes.
during the tug of war.
Yes.
After 1920, they canceled that sport out. I think that they felt it was violent.
Really?
Yeah, but throwing a javelin, no
No,
problem.
not at all. He's off by 15 yards.
Let's lob this 80-pound
Yeah.
disc towards the fans. It's all good, but tug of war, out.
Out. Well, you would
Yeah.
think that if they were going to change the rule, they would say that the men had to wear clothes. Never mind just
Yeah.
cancel the sport.
Especially during a tug of war.
Oh, the rope burns would be killer, man.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? You
Speak-
straddle the rope.
Ooh, speaking of the old ballpark.
Yeah.
Great segue.
Great segue.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Here in Ontario, we have a town called London, Ontario. It's just
very ingenious.
It is. It's amazing. Just west of Toronto, actually. And so there's a ballpark, which is one of the oldest continually operating baseball grounds in the world. And it is Labatt Park, with a history dating back to 1877. It's a really old
1877.
ball. Yes.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Tom, Annette, and Tom Jr. had such an amazing June birthday month, they're extending the festivities even longer. Hi, Nick and Roy for Tom's Place, and the party continues with huge deals on men's summer fashions.
So keep making wishes come true with select suits that are normally $5.99 and up. Now get ready for this, a staggering $169 to $269. You heard that right. And select dress shirts still from only $69. Upstairs, the party keeps rolling with stylish sport jackets for $109 off the price. And dress pants and shirts, get ready, $69 off 2 items.
The birthday sale includes many more incredible offers waiting for you in store.
And let me tell you something, Tom's is the best. Trust Nick and Roy. You can still enter to win the incredible $569 shopping spree. Just tag Happy Birthday Tom on their social media at Tom's Place TO. You could be the lucky winner.
Wow. Brand name menswear and more birthday deals at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Let's keep this party going. Tom's Place will suit you.
Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All about sex. Now, before you go, hold on. I know you just can't wait to get out of the gate. Hang on. Earlier on the show, we talked about law. Let's talk to the lawyers again.
The following segment of the Totally Useless Information podcast may be too sultry and too sexy for some listeners.
You know, every time she does that disclaimer, the voice lady, I need to light up a cigarette. It's just so lovely how she does it.
I feel dirty, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a shower.
All right. What do you got in terms of sex?
Oh, my God.
What do you
Not
got?
much anymore. Not much left, you know? Oxytocin.
Yes.
Oxytocin. I learned about oxytocin when my wife was pregnant.
Okay.
They gave her oxytocin to dilate her.
Okay.
So that dilation would happen quicker and the baby could come out faster.
All right.
Because she was not dilating properly.
Okay.
So, but not having known that, I did not know that oxytocin it stimulates estrogen and testosterone, but oxytocin works like a love potion on women.
Oh.
It arouses them, it relaxes them, that of course the dilation.
Yeah.
It creates a feeling of relaxation and bonding and trust in the brain of women.
Interesting.
How can we get this stuff in bottles?
You know what?
I'll have a Diet Coke and she'll have a 8-ounce oxytocin, please.
They kept working on the love potion. They worked on it and they worked on it and they couldn't come up with the formula until they came up with the 9th version, Love Potion number 9, and that works.
That's it. Love Potion number 9.
In Indonesia.
What do you got, Nick? What do you got for sex, Nick?
Not much. In Indonesia, the punishment for pleasuring yourself in public is rumored to be decapitation. Okay? So, this is a rumor, though it's not really enforced. Now, apparently...
But why are they doing this in public, Nick?
We're not sure. But here's a case where a 65-year-old man was found pleasuring himself openly at a Stockholm beach. He was
Stockholm
syndrome. He was cleared. He was cleared of charges.
He was cleared. I guess he cleared himself.
Yes. He was cleared of all charges, sexual assault charges, after the court ruled that his activities were not directed towards a specific person. In the city of Charlotte, being caught...
in the United States?
Yes, in Charlotte. Was that North Carolina?
Yeah,
Okay.
Charlotte, yeah.
Being caught pleasuring yourself in public is a Class 3 misdemeanor. So luckily, a local attorney is on hand with advice that includes asking the right questions.
Yeah, well, that's what you say to the cop when you're pleasuring yourself. Hey, don't arrest me. What are you, Mr. Mina?
Yeah. Don't be such a Mr.
Be Mr.
Meanie.
Nicer and don't arrest me.
Right. So again, luckily, a local attorney is on hand with advice.
Yeah. Now get ready, Nick.
Okay.
This is the oxytocin again.
There you go.
Sex is a pain reliever for women.
Oh, okay.
Now, we don't mean pain in the Netherlands.
Right. Or just
So to
outside.
speak.
Yeah, speaking of Stockholm, yes.
Yeah, okay. Is that where it is? Okay, so
Nether regions. Yeah, come to the nether regions. Vacation in the nether
exactly.
regions.
Come to the nether regions. We mean really come to the nether region.
Free oxytocin for every participant.
Now think about this. It
Yeah.
works on the brain of the female, the hypothalamus of the brain.
Right.
And if let's say they have severe headaches or they injured themselves in some way,
Okay.
the increase of oxytocin puts a hold on the pain receptors in their hypothalamus. So sex can be a pain reliever for women. And this is, I would ask girls out, and they'd
Right.
say, why are you being such a pain? And I'd say, because I'm here to help you.
That's right. So now this is somewhat of a segue. So it's interesting you said that. So a picture is worth 1,000 words of love. A psychological science study first showed that there's an effect where a picture helps people with pain. So a psychologist and her colleagues studied 25 men and women. They were in relationships for more than 6 months. The researchers subjected the women to different degrees of thermal stimulation, a sharp, prickling sensation, as they either held their boyfriend's hand while he sat behind a curtain, held the hand of a male stranger behind the curtain, viewed a photograph of her boyfriend, or viewed a photograph of a male stranger. Holding their partner's hand or viewing his photo decreased the woman's pain significantly more than touching or viewing a stranger. So the photo was just as effective as a physical contact, therefore causing less pain.
It seems that men
Yeah.
are not sex fiends.
No.
This is a study done in the Netherlands.
Just out of Stockholm.
The Netherlands, just in Stockholm. This is a Stockholm study.
Yes.
This study said that what men really want is, get ready, a genuine connection, a feeling of deep love, and loyalty.
Okay.
So this study says that men want these three things most. And again, genuine connection, deep love, and loyalty.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what married guys did this study? Okay. Because if you did a study on like 18 to 30-year-old men
Right.
and asked the men what they really want,
Yeah. Exactly.
and they were actually able to tell us
Right.
with
Yeah.
anonymity what they really want,
Yep.
I think that genuine connection, deep love, and loyalty would go
Yeah.
right out the window.
Now, couples who stare into each other's eyes for 3 minutes can synchronize their heartbeats. There's scientific
You
evidence.
also think about what you're going to have for dinner. Or something else stupid.
Right, yeah.
What am I going to listen to totally useless information?
Information.
Give me, what am I, got a minute and a half left?
Yeah, that's right. There's a scientific evidence that suggests that couples who gaze into each other's eyes for a period of time, such as 3 minutes, can experience a synchronization of their heartbeats, the phenomenon known as physiological synchrony. It's not just limited to heartbeats, but can also involve their bodily functions like breathing. The synchronization is thought to be a result of the deep emotional connection, as you talked about, and intimacy shared by the couple.
All I see is a blank stare back at me.
Isn't that romantic? No, she's probably mad at me about something.
Like,
right?
It's like a deer in the headlights. If I did that, if I stared at my wife, she'd be like, "What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
Or, what did you do? What did you do?
What did you do? And why aren't you just increasing my oxytocin? I got a headache."
Staring at you. How about this? Staring at you for 3 minutes gives me a headache. Let's not share this particular episode with our wives because we do love our bed very much. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, it is nice. I'll tell you. I love my bed.
When was the last time you were in it? That's the question. Right.
Sex addiction, Nick, something I know a lot about.
Yes. Yes, he put.
It wears off after 25. Well, sex addiction is an excessive compulsive disorder.
Okay.
Okay, so it's part of excessive compulsive disorder, which I know people that have that, where they have to touch something certain amount of times. You know, they'll touch the faucet 6 times when they shut it off. Touch the doorknob 4 times. You know, they have these disorders. It's excessive compulsive, but sex addiction is classified as a sexual excessive compulsive disorder.
Oh,
and which now they're finding out can be genetic.
Oh, that's interesting.
So when my mom said your dad was always whoring around, now I know why. No.
Explains a lot. Wow.
Yeah, they're both gone, so they can't testify.
No, they can't. And, you know, I knew a friend once who was obsessive compulsive, and I said, listen, I want you to go find out what that means because I think you have a problem. And he says, I did. I went to the library. I read every single book until I found the answer. And he did.
No, but they also say that it could also be brought about by trauma or abuse.
Oh, okay.
So you can become sexually addicted due to trauma or abuse.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
In my mailbag today, I'm going to tell you about Christina. Christina is actually a colleague of mine here at the radio station that I work at here in Toronto as part of the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast, we're on, along with 90 different countries around the world. And so she asked me, we were talking about something, she says, you know, I never understood why when someone had an idea, they would say a light bulb will go off and over your head kind of thing. And she said, well, why do we associate a light bulb turning on when we have an idea? Of course, I looked at her, blank stare in her face. And go, what are you talking about? And then, then the light bulb went off, and I go, okay, what a great idea.
Now, can I try to answer it?
Sure, go ahead.
Just with common sense.
Okay.
Was it that the light bulb was such an ingenious idea that they thought that would be the thing that the light went on?
Yeah, but here's this. Here's my question to you then.
Okay, because I mean that's what I would think.
Okay.
So just throwing it out there.
What if someone had a good idea before the light bulb was invented? What did they do? Light a candle?
Or maybe a candle over their head?
Or maybe...
what happened before the light bulb?
Exactly.
Now you got my attention.
Okay.
See, this has my attention.
All right, now how about this? Here's the part of the rabbit hole thing I was talking about. Okay, so how about this? So before candles were even discovered, the cavemen used to rub two sticks together over their heads, and they said, I have an idea. Let's invent candles, and then lit the candle, and then then the light bulb went off. You see? See it all?
Somehow I don't believe you. I know you were there, but I don't believe
That's
you.
history according to Nick. The association of a light bulb turning on.
There's a bunch of dumb people walking around that took Nick's class.
You know what? A lot of dim bulbs, really. Anyway, the association of a light bulb turning on when having an idea stems from...
Oh, my God, Nick, the people that graduated from Nick's class have night lights over their head.
They glow in the dark. The idea stems from the symbolic link between light and understanding. A light bulb by its nature illuminates a space, dispelling darkness and revealing what was previously hidden. The visual metaphor easily translates to the way we experience ideas. When a good idea strikes, it provides clarity and insight, very much like this program, much like a light turning on in a dark room, making a previously unclear or confusing situation understandable.
See how using a lot of big words makes it sound smart?
Okay, then how about this? Then I'll state it simply then. State it simply. It's because the electric circuit required to light a bulb is analogous to the circuit in one's brain required to create an idea.
Okay, my mailbag is from Marlin of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Have you ever been to Portsmouth?
No, I've heard it's really nice up there.
All right, Marlin from Portsmouth, New Hampshire says, my favorite gift of all times is when my daughter purchased a birthday message for me.
Nice.
But Marlin said, how do you guys put this much time and effort into doing these? And the truth, we do it because we like to, and we do it because we want to do something special and not just nonsense like Nick and I going, happy birthday, Marlon. Hope you have a good one. That's nonsense.
Yeah.
This is a real show that we put together. But anyway, Marlon says, I will remember this gift for the rest of my life.
Oh.
He said, it is the greatest gift I've ever received. I thanked my daughter 1,000 times. I sent it to all of my friends, and they think it's fantastic.
What was his name again? Marlon?
Marlon.
Yeah.
Marlon.
That guy sounds fishy to me. On the show today, we talked about law, we talked about sex, we talked about sports. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
Police in Northeast Ohio turned to facial recognition technology to track down some dirty dancers.
You think that they would have used rectal
recognition?
Recognition.
Well, listen.
That's tough to say, rectal recognition.
It is. Well, thankfully, it's not. But video captured back in June by a dashboard cam in Richmond Heights, Ohio. Police cruiser webcam showed, dashboard cam showed multiple women twerking on the cop car. Police said one of the women climbed on top of the push bumper. And I don't know if
you always like it when they climb on top, you know?
No, when they say push bumper, I'm not sure if he's referring to the car.
Yeah, the old push bumper. Yeah, she's climbed on top of the old push bumper.
So I don't know if he's talking about the car.
This is getting good. God, I wish I had a video camera.
So I don't know if he's referring to the car or her.
Oh, yeah. It's the car. It's a push bumper. You push cars that are disabled out of the way. And that's why they call it a push bumper.
Okay.
She climbed up the push bumper.
Yeah. Another climbed
onto the hood of the car.
And the other one climbed up and began dancing on the hood.
Oh.
In the hood. Police.
In the hood.
That's right. Police said the dancing caused some damage to the cruiser. You would imagine. This is a small dent, according to the police officer. There is a small dent and a little
Actually,
crease.
it was 2 dents.
Right. No.
One cheek and the other cheek.
They were very.
Well, turn the other cheek to the officer.
They were very dense, if you know what I mean. There was a significant scratch on the hood as well. Probably.
By the officer's keys as he slid underneath the girls.
So, with the help of the Northeast Ohio Regional Fusion Center, police identified the women using facial recognition software called Clearview AI. In case you're wondering.
I hate to make it serious, but every time you go to the airport and they do that facial recognition thing, that goes into their database.
Yeah,
so that's how they found these girls who were twerking.
Yeah,
so next time you go to the airport, just twerk. They'll focus on something else.
Right. That's right.
Wait a minute.
then they will need rectal recognition.
Yeah, exactly. So these girls got caught by facial recognition for twerking on the cop car.
Because their faces were captured on the dash cam of the cruiser. Police say that the software that they use also searches social media accounts and other databases to confirm identity. So this is quite a sophisticated
These
artificial
girls,
intelligence.
I would think these girls had twerked before, Nick. These are serial twerkers.
Yes, they have twerking experience, I think.
They probably do it in the morning as well when they're having cereal. They're serial twerkers.
They are. Yes. Ohio police have identified 2 of the 3 women and have issued arrest warrants. So they're hoping to catch.
So they only got 2 of the 3.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
So the other twerkers didn't give the other twerk up?
No, they haven't. No, I guess not. But I guess maybe once they get into custody.
It's like a sisterhood when you twerk together,
Yeah.
You don't give up your twerking sister.
So they were twerking on the hood, in the hood.
So it was 3 twerkers.
3 twerkers.
So there was a lot of dents on this hood.
There were. Hey, let's punch our ticket. That's all the time we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We will scour the internet far and wide to bring you totally useless information just for you.
Yeah, and until then, go to our website and get our newsletter where we have instructions on how to mount a push bumper properly.
Tell the people what else to do.
I'm telling you, tell a friend, because it's because of you that we're in all of these countries around the world and millions of people listening to this show. We are so proud of doing it for you, and you make us happy every time we look into it every week of where people are listening, and we are shocked and thankful for it. So really, thank you.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.